Hello, Leo. This is a moon phase reading. I am TG of Consequential Clairvoyance. A moon phase reading is a particular sort of reading wherein I channel the dark side of the goddess Athena, the dark side of the moon, or tides, if you will. And it is a general reading, so remember to take what resonates with you, leave the rest behind. And of course, if an endeavor does not seem wise to embark upon, do not do so. Links to all the decks will be in the description, and if you hear me talk to myself for relevance, or generally speaking, saying things like "no doubt" and "thank you, Athena," that is of course me having a small conversation with the goddess in my head. Normally not of any particular depth, just yes sir and no's, so to speak. Let's see, anything I'm missing to say? Yes, this is a new moon reading for November the 4th, 2021. We start with 3 Moonology cards. We do not read reversals. You have full moon in Leo, that's great. And okay, hard work paying off, never a bad deal. I then clarify each of these 3 cards with 3 cards from traditional tarot. This is everyday tarot. Both of these can be 2 more shuffles, thank you, Athena. Both of these can be found on Amazon. Gosh, that camera's so much better. That was it. Put it back together then. Oop. I flipped it. Now we're good. 2 Boland. 3rd off the top. Okay. She wished here. 2 from the top and then from the 1. Okay. That's how it is. How many shuffles? 3 shuffles. Feeling one day Athena's just going to start playing with me. Now do this. Do the other thing. Hop on 1 foot. She goes, now I might just start doing it right now. Yeah, that's 3, correct? No doubt. Alright, get to work. Yeah. Top 2. Okay, 1 for the other. And then 3 down. So you say, so I do. Let's get these sorted out a bit so we can start checking it out. Hopefully I have positioned the microphone a bit better than I did in the vertical reading, and this will be a little bit more clear. Specifically, if you hear a whirring noise, that's the fan on my computer, because I guess this just boggles the mind. 2 shuffles? Can do. I checked. It's my RAM getting rammed, if you will, into good order. Anyway, top 2, 1 after the other. So be it. 3rd one down. So be it. Alright, here's our reading. We start with new moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. Okay. First and foremost, this suggests a new start during the new moon. Yes, wonderful. But it's a new start professionally. First and foremost, whatever has been going on in your working life, this card heralds the start of a new and improved work cycle. So in the past, you've had a new work cycle. A new and improved work cycle. Okay. If you're unhappy in your current job, you just had through a period of time where it was either the good time to renegotiate or to look for something new. Whatever your question, whether work-related or otherwise, a new plan and strategy is called for. You need to take a look at long-term and think about where you want to be in 12 months or even 5 years. Okay, so you've been looking into the sense of career, no doubt. Okay, thank you, Athena. And within your mindset of career, you've been starting to look more down the road and where this is going to get you. And it says to make a proper plan and execute it well. That's the thing a Leo can certainly do. To clarify, first and foremost, we have the Empress in reverse. Let's see. Going the wrong way. Great job. Connect with the your feminine energy and be proud of what you can create when you tap into this power source, reaffirm your beauty inside and out. So this new opportunity or this new perspective, being a more down the road, long-term mentality, is going to help you connect with your feminine energy within this workplace energy situation, and help you be proud of what you create, reaffirming your beauty inside and out. I think a Leo would greatly appreciate a reaffirmation of their beauty inside and out. We'll remind everyone that it says inside first. Three of Swords and the reverse. Come on page. There it is. You are sensitive to other words and need to develop a thick skin. Let go of the hurt. It is holding you back. Look at what has triggered your feelings and work on those core issues. And simultaneously, we have Queen of Pentacles. So, you have a certain sensitivity and need to create a thick skin at the same time that you are the ultimate working parent. Care for your domestic and family responsibilities while also making a living for yourself and creating financial abundance and maintaining a healthy balance between home and work. So you need to have a thick skin when it comes to the premise of your home time. Perhaps time off has become an issue in the long term. You do not want the same circumstances, and this has brought about a sense of, need to connect with your own reaffirmation of beauty inside. Now, maybe you need a vacation, okay? Now we're talking. Thank you, Athena. And then you have Justice in the reverse. Okay. I overshot that a little bit. Pages are sticking. Oh no. Oh. Your idea of truth is distorted. Look at each situation from multiple angles to uncover the real truth. Forgive yourself for any misguided decisions you have made. So, you're recently, here in the past, potentially if you're reading this before November even starts, more than likely it's your current present, but you're in a situation of hard work paying off and you having the ability maybe to ask for more paid time off, maybe to go to a job where it has more paid time off, or to somehow get something for all your hard work, which will bring a new idea in terms of its culmination, a new idea of what the truth is. Consider multiple angles to uncover the real truth. So you might ask for more paid time off, and their answer is no, but it comes to be revealed to you that the reality is this job wasn't what you thought it was, and you have to move on to a new one. No doubt now we're talking. Thank you, Athena. So, with that instance, we move on to the present, because I don't think anyone wants to sit and discovery has its own purpose, per se. Full moon in Leo, don't let pride get in your way in the present. Okay? Which direction is the full moon? This way. Should be right here. Yes. So, in the present would mean that it's around the time of the new moon on the 4th of November here in 2021. Leo, have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking regarding your financial circumstance based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think about being big-hearted, king of the jungle. Cliche. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. So be new moon, don't be full moon. So you may be encouraged to go over the top with this, to say everything and anything to get your way, when maybe that's not necessarily what you need to do. You need to just go that way. That's the first time I've heard that. Thank you, Athena. Now we're on the money. That's quaint that we're talking about money. I'm not certain if that's supposed to just be facetious or not. But anyway, this card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. Likely in your job, no doubt. No doubt. Thank you, Athena. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution for this dilemma. If you're not if you've not been doing well as you would be done by. Oh no, if you've not been doing as you would be done by lately, so if they're not doing unto you as you would do unto them lately, this is the time to find a balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help all of your relationships. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Okay, so more or less, this is a circumstance where a lot of you are leaving your jobs, no doubt. Okay. So, don't be rude about it, basically. But don't be boring either, because if they want to, come poke the badger, so to speak, prod the bear, then, they're going to get the lion. 10 of Cups in the reverse. Or at least they should get the lion. But, of course, again, not over the top. It's going to be a little bit of back and forth, it feels like, in this energy. 10 of Cups in the reverse. To clarify, you seek greater harmony and connection in your relationships. It said again that it would affect all of your relationships, so more than likely you'll be getting more home time, or that's your goal, is to be home more often, or to do something with your family or close to loved ones, or someone important, what have you. Anyways, again, I'm seeing a big resonance with time off, time to yourself. Look to your personal values. Do they match what you have created in your daily life? If not, create alignment by seeking out better relationships with others and yourself, which is likely why, again, you need time to do so. For the clarification, King of Pentacles. This page is loving stick right now. There's those fans I was talking about. Okay, don't attract. You are confident, attracting, and managing wealth. That's sort of grammar on that. You can translate your vision into something that is tangible, practical, and often lucrative. You are the ultimate business owner. So some of you may have left your job because the only person who could probably give you the amount of time paid is you. Because if your time pays more when you are working, you should have more time to you. Perhaps you could start an at-home business. Now we're on it. So there's a large portion of the Leo collective that has started their own at-home business. And if that's you, congratulations. Or you're about to, again, if you're watching this before November's beginning. But you should be aware that it will affect everything in life, not just probably what's on the surface. High Priestess in reverse. Let go of ego and fear and learn to trust your intuition. Go within and listen to your inner voice. So, pride and ego have a wonderful relationship if that's what you're going to go and screw yourself up with. But don't give in to fear here either. So, don't let thinking you're bigger than the circumstance get in the way when it says don't let pride get in the way, but also don't let fear rule you. It will culminate with a circumstance wherein you probably won't anymore let fear get to you, and you'll be able to, as it says, for this High Priestess in reverse, go within and listen to your inner voice. So there's going to be a lot of doubters. I told him a bit of a Leo like Pisces sometimes, but certain astrological functions, and it's not too dissimilar from what I'm about to get into as well. With, not only this endeavor, but other ones. Anyways, in the future, so moving into towards, maybe the end of the first week of November and potentially even into the mid-November when you start to move towards the full moon, but not necessarily probably that late, but maybe. Don't let your past hold you back. Well, that would make sense within all this, wouldn't it? South Node, yes, don't let your past hold you back. South Node, like the North Node, is a karmic point, but it's opposite to the North Node and relates to the past, perhaps even to past lives. Whatever you're going through and whatever you're asking about, there's a chance that age-old programming and conditioning is what's stopping you from achieving all that you might achieve. Do you feel stuck in something? Because this card will often come as a sign that the situation or relationship that you're asking about has somehow become suffocating, even toxic. It suggests that someone, you perhaps even, needs to be released. That there's some kind of addiction going on, or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out. One thing is for sure, when you get this card, you're being challenged to make some changes, even if staying where you are feels easier and safer. And it says, I release the past. So, in the future, you're going to have done all this, and it's going to be very likely hard not to do past toxic mentalities that you attributed to working for someone else. You may be working solo from the home for a company now that there are so many positions that are, if you will, remote. Now that the quarantine came and went. Don't want to say the word. Demonetized in the future as well. But don't let that pass towards you back. Remember that if you're starting an at-home business, you're the boss of you now, the business, and you're also, again, don't give in to these fears, but you're going to have to deal with the reality of the situation at hand. Clarification. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. You need self-discipline. It's kind of just harkening to. And systems thinking to achieve your goals. If routine is becoming stifling, do something different. Make a new routine. Make one that works for your present circumstance. That's what I'm getting out of this. You don't have to stick to the rules all of the time. Be spontaneous. Again, if you're your own boss now, that's part of the best part of it all. You get to be more spontaneous. I feel like this justice is calling out from the beginning. Like you did a lot of work here. Maybe again, if you're watching this reading at the end of October, that moment of justice leads you to more justice within yourself. Let's see, Knight of Wands. You are charged up with energy, passion, motivation, and enthusiasm, and you are channeling that energy through your inspired action, fueled by ambition and confidence. You are here to make things happen. Good. Keep it moving. Queen of Swords. Your future here, in which you're don't let your past hold you back in the future here, culminates with Queen of Swords. You are determined, resilient, and smart. You think more than you feel. You will not tolerate mistruths or excessive fluff. Instead, you get straight to the point. For this reason, many value your opinion. It sounds like you're becoming the boss, either of your own time schedule or of a company, and so to speak. That's probably the justice I was feeling and hearkening to here, because the reality of the matter is that's probably why you left whatever you've left here behind. Thank you, Athena. So we're now going to move into the next part of this reading. This is a Neon Moon Tarot reading. It's a tarot deck created by a particular individual who's part of the group called PixelOccult. Again, I will have that linked to the Etsy site in the description. How many more shuffles? Just the one? There's two? Okay. So just the one more shuffle and then we're done. Straight off the top. Okie dokie, Athena. Straight through? No doubt. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Numero uno. Bring it up. Spread it out. Bring it up. Jump on. Thank you. What energy will be waxing this month? We have the world upright. That sounds great. waxing this month, or this phase, pardon me, moon phase, waxing is completion, attainment, and accomplishment. Yes, so you're looking at the bringing in of this new accomplishment and completion of something you've been looking towards for some time, probably within, more so. What energy will be waning this phase? And we have the Tower in reverse. Interesting. Waning will be avoidance of external change, stress, or overreaction. So you're done overreacting, you're done with the stress, and you're gonna see it go away. There's gonna be an avoidance of external change you've probably had here in this past, and that's gonna go away. That's gonna start to move away. Wonderful. So pretty on point. 3. What can this energy bring to me? We have 10 of wires in reverse. It can bring a burden or a lack of responsibility into you, right? Yes, this energy could bring on burden. No. Is it? It's all. It's oh no, yeah, burdens in both. Okay. So, it's going to bring on a circumstance where you're inclined to take on too much, or you will be. Yeah, no, this energy is going to bring on a circumstance where you could be taking on too much, which would bring you into burden, or a lacking of responsibility. Can't do this forever. Don't push away people who are trying to help you. Because it says right here, if you do so, it's going to try and, this energy is going to try to put you into the self, so to speak. You might be tempted by this tower moment, even though it's a positive tower of every sort that you could be looking to have positivity. You could be inclined, therefore, to choose not to stand up to the responsibilities. Be responsible and ask for help, it says. I don't know if I can still climb this. I don't know if I can still lift this weight. And now there is no one who would do this in my stead. If you're starting a new business, do remember, you're the boss. You can spend a bit here, there, if you can. Or you can ask these people in your environment for help. It says it's going to affect everyone around you. Realize that might not always be a comfortable effect, but to do what you can to be successful. Let the discomfort motivate you rather than disseminate you. Thank you, Athena. No doubt. Okay. What can this energy take from you? We have supervisor of arms. So it's like the Queen of Swords. So this energy can take from you being overly emotional, detached, bitter, or cold. So you could choose to, again, open up to these people and be less, detached, bitter, or cold. There's no reason to spend more time on things than is actually necessary, so to speak. Ask for help. It would bring things to fruition much more quickly. Just pull the trigger and be done with it, and get it out of the way. It says you're likely sick of thinking about whatever this is, probably before you even get to the new moon in question. For sure. Thank you, Athena. 5. What can this energy bring to your environment? The hermit. Yeah, it can bring a hermitous energy. Well, that makes sense. I mean, it can bring introspection, knowledge, and contemplation. Interesting. I feel like it's... Let me look a little closer. Okay, so it can bring to your environment not necessarily introspection and feeling knowledge, not so much contemplation. It doesn't feel like this is an instance where you need to contemplate, more so you need the introspection with other people and knowledge of the circumstance, which is likely what this energy will bring to your environment. 6. What can this energy take from your environment? And here we have the 7 of Vials in reverse, which is 7 of Cups in reverse. Temptation, diversion, right? So this energy can take from your environment a sense of temptation, diversion, or reflection. If you lean in, so to speak, you might find something more interesting than your current reality. Oh no. No, you might find a reality that is the thing that was what was taken from interesting. That's a little confusing though. Let's try to... I lost the page entirely, didn't I? I did. Embarrassing. Huh. Let's make sure it stays this time. Take from... Okay. So you've had the temptation to just sit and the temptation to reflect on the past, and this was seen as a diversion, and now it will be seen as an actuality. Am I not mistaken by that at the end? Not quite. Yeah, I'm very confused. Takes from your environment, temptation, diversion, reflection. Oh, okay, so you're going to be focused like a laser. Fire the laser. Okay. Yes, so you won't be tempted to piddle-paddle anymore. You'll be on the point. Now we're talking. So, it will take from your environment the ability for you to really be distracted from what's important. Now we're on it. Thank you, Athena. Okay. 7, what to passively embrace this month, we have the Empress. So passively embracing the Empress. Passively embrace growth, beauty, and abundance. So it talked about your own personal beauty inside and out. You know, with the calmness, you know, be embracing that. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the fact that that sense of self is more than likely more powerful than you once gave yourself credit for. 8. What to passively reject this month. And we have Agent of Zen, which I believe is... Yes, Knight of Pentacles. Passively reject... here it is. Passively reject laziness, apathy, this sense that you should give up, or disorientation. So if you know anything about the sign of Leo, if you're a cross-watcher, or as Leo, there can be a lot of struggle with laziness, especially when you're on your own time schedule. You can make your own choices. You may be inclined to give up, and you are to quietly and passively reject that, because it will likely be disorienting. So let that go as best you can, I suppose. That's difficult, but can be done. Especially when you have all this going on. If you bring in that laser focus, you will likely feel so wonderful being in your own beauty that you won't feel the need to be too concerned with that laziness. You might just feel passionate. what to actively embrace during this phase. Again, if I say month, pardon me, it's what the book originally would say, but this is for a phase of 2 weeks roughly for the moon. Anyways, actively embrace the Ace of Cups. Actively embrace the Ace of Cups. Is it in the upright? It is. Actively embrace love, companionship, compassion, and joy. Feel the joy in this decision you made. Embrace companionship. Let people help you. And be active and open about that. Express yourself and your needs. Okay. What to actively reject this month? We have the Two of Wires in reverse. So actively rejecting this month a lack of planning, complacency, avoidance of risk, or stagnation. So you're going to be taking risks, obviously, in this particular shift. You're going to have to actively reject avoiding those risks. You're going to have to take them on, and people might tell you otherwise, but you'll have to do what you'll have to do. Actively reject that stagnation. It probably harkens to that laziness. Don't let it get you. If you truly you're in your chart somehow strongly of Leo, it's probably more so the case that you'll have to reject this stagnation or complacency. But the first and foremost thing to me that stands out for the collective is reject a lack of planning. Whatever you're doing here will require a plan. And I hope you can manage to figure that out. You may even want to write it down. But with that, Leo, I hope you can keep it happy, healthy, and real. And with love, namaste.